This film is brought to you by 4-H, America's largest youth development organization. Made possible by a grant from Toyota.
The Great Lakes Education Program, established in 1991, is an experiential educational program designed to teach students about the Great Lakes out on the Great Lakes system. Students become scientists for a day as they participate in a variety of hands-on learning activities, testing for water quality and exploring the biodiversity of the Great Lakes ecosystem. Along with science experiences, the program also incorporates geography, history, and language arts activities. A typical day begins as the captain and crew arrives to set up the scientific equipment at each of the 4 learning stations on the boat. When the students arrive, they are divided into groups, given a brief safety orientation along with a quick overview of the day. After boarding the boat and putting on their PFDs, the students are introduced to the instructors and given data collection sheets on which to record their findings. During a typical 2.5-hour cruise, the students spend time conducting experiments and collecting data.
Are you ready to sail? Yeah! All right.
Once the boat departs the dock, the students move to their first learning stations. Students on the bow work on marlin spike skills, learning to tie several common knots used in marine applications.
Green end is my working end down here. Green end is going to come underneath the railing.
Inside the cabin, students at the first table learn nautical terms while playing a vocabulary game. At the second table, or navigation station, the students learn about the geography of the Great Lakes watershed as they discover how to read charts and plot a course. In the stern, students begin to explore the biological aspects of the Great Lakes ecosystem as they drag for plankton.
Show him how. You guys show each other how to see them, where they are.
Students use a digital microscope to identify the different types of organisms found in their sample. During the course of each cruise, stops are made at 3 different areas of the Detroit River to collect samples and conduct experiments, exposing the student scientists to a variety of conditions in which to collect and interpret data. Students on the bow collect weather and water data and discuss the impact weather may have on our lakes and river.
Would you write 23 degrees, a little circle for the degree, and then the big C?
Thermometer inside. So we're going to put it over the side and find out what the water temperature is at the bottom. And then we're going to put it back in, and we're going to test what the water temperature is near the top. Would you expect those to be the same or different? Different.
They also test the carbon dioxide level of the water, discussing how it gets into the water and why it is important to have a proper level of this gas.
Now what gas do you breathe out?
Carbon dioxide.
Very good. Now plants, what do they take in?
Inside the cabin, students at the first learning station check for water clarity and discuss the effects turbidity has on the plants and animals that make their home in these waters. They also test the pH of the water and talk about acid levels in the water and why those levels need to be kept within a specific range in order to sustain life.
I want each of you to hold this up to the light and tell me, is this river water the same as 7, the same as 8, or a color between 7 and 8? We'll start with you. Hold it up. What do you think?
You are going to be a mayfly. You are so picky. You can only live between 7 and 9. Can you live at 7.5? Yes. Yes. Okay, so all of you are Great Lakes survivors.
At the second table, the students collect a water sample and test it for dissolved oxygen. They learn how the oxygen gets into the water and why it's important to maintain a healthy level of oxygen for a balanced ecosystem.
Now, the color changed, and when I mix it, look what else happened. Look at it.
We know that we need a minimum of 5 parts per million. This measures out from 0 to 10. Right now, we're already at the 5.
In the stern, the students use a bottom sampling dredge to take a bite of the river or lake bottom to see what it is made of and to find out what kind of plants and animals make their home in that area. After identifying the different plants and macroinvertebrates, students can use the taxonomy charts to determine if that section of the river or lake is a healthy or unhealthy area for life.
Here we have some of that sediment that we just pulled off of
I saw something moving in the water.
Yeah, I got that, honey.
He said
Oh,
there's
there's one
something
more.
moving. He has great eyes. He's going to watch it.
Watch him, watch him.
Yeah, he can see him.
Oh, there he is.
They got him.
Yes, snail. Be careful. It's still alive. Dip your finger in there. Very gently, kind of take them apart. See if you see any kind of insect-looking organisms kind of clinging to the plants, okay?
Put it on the overhead.
Right.
Take a look at that. There we go. There's your
We're gonna go down now and just take a look at the top. No, that's a camera. Masquerading as a human to get close to this prey.
As the boat returns to the dock, students meet as a group to compare some of their findings. As they depart, students are reminded to be good stewards of our valuable resources.
This film is brought to you by 4-H, America's largest youth development organization. Made possible by a grant from Toyota.